This is the last video for section 9.4. I'm going to do an example graphing a hyperbola. So it says find the center, vertices, and asymptotes for this equation and graph. Now it doesn't tell us that it's a hyperbola, but we should know it's a hyperbola because one of the two terms on the left is positive and one is negative. So that tells us that it's definitely a hyperbola. Okay, so first of all, A is 3. Remember, with these, A is always underneath the first term, or the constant, the positive term. And B in this case would be 1, because that's x squared over 1 squared, right? So B is 1. And the center is 0, 0, because it's not x minus something quantity squared or x plus something quantity squared. And same thing with the y. So the vertices are going to be 0, 3, and 0, minus 3. So what did I do? I took A, which is 3. Remember, A for hyperbolas is always being squared underneath the first term, or the positive term, regardless of whether the first term is an x term or x squared term or a y squared term. So in this case, it's a y squared term. So the vertices, that's why I colored the A purple, right? The vertices, it's not because 9 is larger than 1, it's because 9 is under the positive, it's in the positive term. Okay, so what I did is I went 3, which is A, in the y direction. Why in the y direction? Because it's in the same term as the y. That's not technically why you do it, but it's good enough to help you to remember, okay? And so I added, I went up 3 from the center, and I went down 3 from the center. And if it helps you to graph it first, do that, and then just write the points down. Remember, the vertices are points, not just the number 3 minus 3. Okay, the asymptotes, y equals plus or minus 3x. How do I know that, just offhand? Well, it's y equals plus or minus, and it's going to be a over b. How do I know it's a over b? Well, one way to remember it is underneath the x squared here is b squared, right? And so when you come down here in the slope of this line, you want to think of this as x over b. So this is x squared over b squared. Over here you're going to have x over b. And then the other one's just the other letter. Okay, so that's how I know that's plus or minus 3x. Now I'll show you another way to know that once I finish this. Okay. So I just graphed it, center at the origin, vertices, right? Up 3 from the origin and down 3 from the origin. Put in the asymptotes. And then remember those vertices, the graph goes through those vertices. So the hyperbola is above the asymptotes and below the asymptotes in those two regions. So it just looks like that. Now, let me do this a different way. So let me find the asymptotes in a different way. And either way is fine, whatever you remember. So what I did here is I put in the points for B. So B here is 1. And B is under the X, so B is in the X direction. So from the center, I just went 1 in the X direction and then 1 in the opposite, negative 1 in the x direction, I guess you'd say. Or 1 in the negative x direction, either way. And I put those 2 points in there like you would with an ellipse. But this is a hyperbola, right? So I just draw this little box, and then the asymptotes will go through the corners of this box. So that's the asymptotes. Now that's fine. From there we could graph it, right? But if we wanted to know the equations for the asymptotes, well, you could just look at this and you could see. But if you look at it closely, you'll notice that what we need is, so first of all, it goes to the origin. So it's the y-intercept is 0. So it's y equals mx plus b, right? Where m is the slope. So all I need, so the b is 0, so I'm just going to have y equals mx for this one. So what's the slope of that line? Well, if you start at the origin, you go up 1, 2, 3, which happens to be a, right? And I go up 1, 2, 3, and then I go over 1. So remember, it's rise over run is the way most people learn the slope. Rise over 1 over run. So that's going to be 3 over 1, which is 3. That's right. And then the other one's just with the negative, the opposite slope. Okay. So that's what I did here. I just wrote it out for you. Okay. So that's actually 3 over 1. I should have put this over here. I should have just made that blue because it's not really this 3. It's this 3 over this 1. But I missed that one. So it's y equals 3x. So that's another way to find the equations of the asymptotes. And you are asked for the equations of the asymptotes for these. So that's it with that. That's the end of that section.